Let's confirm your click. Yes, there are 10 states quietly failing the human survival test. Not because they're empty, because they're attracting you with discounts while skimping on essentials like healthcare access, clean air, and personal freedoms. We'll reveal how companies are scrutinizing quality of life to decide where jobs go, and why some hot markets keep losing talent anyway. Stay to the end. One state's low costs come packaged with some of the highest uninsured rates and weak protections for workers. Let that sink in. Number 1, California. You see 6 figures in palm trees. Then the spreadsheet slaps you. Net outflow is real because raises vanish into rent, taxes, and fees stacked like Jenga blocks. Here's the thing. The median home price buries the median income. Wildfire smoke turns outside into a warning label. And homeowners insurance jumps like a subscription you forgot to cancel. Some carriers pause new policies after fire seasons. Commutes stretch into mega runs that burn hours in sanity. Permits crawl so supply starves. Homelessness spikes as a pressure valve. Companies track quality of life to keep talent. And maps show fire and flood risk marching inland. If you can't insure it or breathe it, you can't live it. Number 2, New York. New York sells you the network, finance, media, healthcare, and then the nickel and diming starts. State and city taxes stack, fees stack, rent eats paychecks. That more than a Tesla lease line stops being a joke when the landlord wants first, last, and a broker fee. The city that never sleeps never stops billing, and the infrastructure makes you pay in time. Subway reliability wobbles. Heat waves hit boroughs with thin tree cover. Basement apartments flood when stormwater and old sewers collide. Outside core metros, provider shortages mean long waits even with world-class hospitals downstate. Net out migration proves many have done the math, so it works if you're elite and plugged in. Many head to the Midwest for relief until they meet a different deficit. Number 3, Illinois. On paper, Illinois looks like the upgrade. Lower home prices, big city perks, pro sports, food that slaps. You can land a house without auction-level chaos. But here's the catch. Property taxes sting hard, often top-tier nationwide, and they creep. Pension liabilities loom, spooking credit ratings and squeezing budgets. That translates to service cuts, fee hikes, and school uncertainty. Outside Chicagoland, rural hospital closures or consolidations mean longer drives for basic care. Commuter rail has reliability swings, violent crime clusters in specific Chicago neighborhoods, yet insurance quotes spread the fear. So you can buy the house, sure. The hidden tax is stability. Schools, safety, services, some trade fiscal uncertainty for low sticker prices in the Gulf, then discover a different bill. Number 4, Louisiana. Homes look underpriced and the food is elite. Sounds like a win. But here's the catch. Hurricane season hits and some insurers ghost entire ZIP codes. Premiums spike, deductibles jump, and flood coverage becomes a second mortgage. Repetitive loss homes? Cheap for a reason. Crime stats rattle families, and the state ranks among America's least healthy. We're talking high premature deaths and over 40% obesity. Preventable hospitalizations stay elevated, primary care access is thin, and life expectancy lags. FEMA flood map updates can change your mortgage overnight, and coastal erosion keeps pushing lines inland, fast. The climate risk pushes people to rethink routes. So the house is cheap because the risk is expensive. Next stop, mountains and mines. Number 5, West Virginia. Cabins, creeks, and mortgages that look like a gym membership. Tempting. You get acreage, quiet, and a payment your credit card could cover. Sounds like a steal. But here's the catch. Care can be a road trip. Hospital deserts stretch across hollers, and ambulance response times crawl on winding roads. Primary care is thin per 100,000. Overdose rates run high, and the opioid crisis strains everything. Broadband dead zones block telehealth and remote jobs. Childcare is scarce, so labor force participation lags. Coal's legacy hangs on lungs and land, and it shows up in daily life. So you win space and quiet, you lose services on-ramp speed. Swing south for even lower costs and sharper trade-offs. Number 6, Mississippi. Mississippi wears the lowest cost of living crown. You can snag a house for SUV money and still have cash for groceries? Sounds like a cheat code. But here's the catch. The savings come with risk. Hospitals run on thin margins, ERs shut down, and uninsured rates stay high. Specialty care is a long drive or a long wait. Maternal and infant mortality outpace national levels, pointing to weak prenatal access. Jackson's water crisis screams systems failure. Primary care shortages mean routine problems turn urgent. Violent crime rattles key metros, while education outcomes lag, limiting mobility. So it's affordable because the safety net is threadbare. If basics wobble, your budget does too. Maybe the Northeast fixes it until sticker shock and policy churn kick in. Number 7, New Jersey. Top schools, close to NYC and Philly, strong hospitals. On paper, paying a premium seems smart. You get services that actually work. But here's the catch. Property taxes bite hard, often above 2% of assessed value every year. Average bills land in the 5 figures and they creep. Commutes drain you, hour-plus runs are common, and tolls stack like subscriptions. Coastal towns face rising flood risk, pushing homeowners insurance up while maps redraw who needs coverage. Flood projections show more streets in the splash zone. Commuting time data confirms the grind. Families eye cheaper states despite loving the schools because budgets feel trapped. So Jersey delivers, but it punishes. Great schools don't fix a mortgage that keeps expanding. Head up I-95 and the price of calm gets even higher. Number 8, Connecticut. Leafy towns, good schools, calm streets. Postcard living. You get quiet cul-de-sacs and a sense of order that feels rare. But here's the catch. Job growth lags the country, so the career ladder climbs slower. Starter homes are scarce, pushing price-to-income ratios into nosebleed territory. Childcare costs rank near the top, stacking on high property taxes. Commutes creep for anyone tied to NYC, adding a daily commuter tax. Flood risk along rivers and the shore nudges insurance up, while aging infrastructure sends new bills. Healthcare is strong, yet hospital consolidations thin local options. Quality is there. Dynamism isn't. If the ladder's missing lower rungs, young families bounce. If you chase paradise points, the sticker shock gets tropical. Number 9, Hawaii. Beaches, breezes, Instagram envy. Every day looks like a screensaver. Then the receipt hits. Milk costs like a latte, eggs feel boutique, and your utility bill reads like a car payment because energy rides in on boats. Housing? Median home price crushes median income, and supplies tight so bidding wars feel normal. On neighbor islands, provider shortages mean fewer specialists and longer waits. Import-reliant everything jacks up the cost of living, and climate risk creeps in as sea level rise targets coastal roads, pipes, and power lines. Local sentiment is blunt. A tourism-heavy economy squeezes locals while second homes sit locked. It's paradise for visitors, pressure cooker for residents. If you want space and freedom, the last frontier has both, with a twist. Number 10, Alaska. Alaska sells freedom. Land, quiet, no. HOA drama. It's the anti-city, and it's seductive. But here's the catch. Winter is a lifestyle subscription you can't cancel. When things go sideways, emergency care can mean air medevac. Fast if weather allows, expensive either way. Groceries and fuel carry a freight premium that turns meal planning into math. Travel to basic care stretches hours and storms delay flights. Energy costs climb while permafrost thaw bends roads, tilts buildings, and breaks pipes, forcing pricey repairs. Childcare and schools thin out in remote hubs, limiting choices. Isolation weighs heavy. Long, dark seasons spike mood issues. So, Alaska works if you budget for contingencies. Independence comes with a permanent surcharge.